Yo, what's going on, guys? I just pretty much just caught up with the Boruto 2 Blue Vortex manga, and which chapter 21 is currently out. And I'm fucking with it. I'm gonna call this RawDawg recaps or RawDawg reviews. I have no prior reviewing experience. Uh Barely any manga reading experience, so I don't really recollect and recall the knowledge of what I've just read very good. But yeah, that's why I'm gonna have the chapter up to my left. So basically, I'm just gonna kind of recap it, my thoughts on it, kind of break it down how I feel it could be broken down. Fuck it, let's get right into it, shall we? I got my headband. I'm a Leaf Shinobi today. All right, so starting off with the illustration, the cover of the chapter. I guess it's like the cover. I don't know. I'm very new to this, so it's cool. It's Sarda with her Mangekyu Sharingan activated and on. Um which we'll finally get to see it in use for the very first time. Not to be confused with it being activated because it has already been activated, but it's just kind of being like reactivated, I guess you could say. Starting off the chapter, it's okay. We should probably start with the end of last chapter. So if I believe correctly, the end of last chapter ended with the other female character that was in the Land of Wind dying. She died and triggered Sarada's Mangekyu Sharingan to kind of reignite, and yeah, that was the end of last chapter. The beginning of this chapter is Sarada's love for Boruto, I suppose, going over Sarada's feelings. How Sarada wants to be Hokage, Boruto wants to be the Shadow Hokage to Sarada. Boruto jumping in front of Kawaki's blade arm and getting his eye injured trying to protect Sarada from Kawaki. As well as when the omnipotence happened and everybody's tweaking out, fucking trying to kill Boruto. It's showing Sarada being the only one, well, one of two, to actually like understand what's happening. And it also begins to go to Sasuke telling Boruto about why he's kind of taken Boruto's side in the whole omnipotence thing because he understands what it takes for Mangekyu Sharingan to be activated. And when Sarada's pleading to Sasuke, to her dad, to you've got it all wrong, Boruto, blah 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 blah, didn't whatever. It triggered her Mangekyu Sharingan, so which was the first time it had triggered, and which led to Sasuke, because he understands what it takes for that to happen. He understands what she's feeling, and he then goes and I guess decides to be a rogue ninja for like the fucking fifth time. So, nothing new to Sasuke here, going rogue. And it also goes into Sasuke saying that when this happened, when Sarada's MS awakened because of like her love for Boruto, she Sarada herself didn't even realize that this had happened. And Sasuke is kind of just saying like, you know, that she didn't know it had even happened, and also that she'll come to find out what her powers are, and they're gonna be a big help. Basically, is what Sasuke is saying. Like she's gonna figure them out, and when she does figure them out, they're gonna come in handy, pretty much. Which leads directly into Sarada being really cool with her new MS abilities. Now, look, man, I'm not that smart. I'm not gonna get into the whole her abilities name pretty much being another name for Amaterasu. Dude, I didn't know that Amaterasu was like the name of a god. I didn't even know that until like the other day. Okay, so I'm not going to get into all of that, but Her power is really cool, for one, and she is incredibly strong now, all of a sudden, and has flight. Look at that. So in her fight with the hold on, let me get his name right quick because I forget. Ryu? I'm gonna say Gaara's adopted son, Ten Tails clone. That guy. Basically, Sarda's MS is spawning black spheres into the sky. And what these black spheres are doing is sucking sand. Okay, and everybody's tweaking out. They're like, what the fuck is that black hole? And why is it absorbing this sand? It's pretty OP, I'm not gonna lie. It's disappearing, pretty much. So someone at first, my first thought was Kamui. I straight up thought it was Kamui. I was like, okay, Sarada's got like some cool ass Kamui ability, pretty much like Kakashi and Obito or something, you know what I mean? But I guess not. I guess I was wrong. A black hole and a gravity ball in the sky. And it's really, really, really cool. Yeah. So, okay, let me get back to it. It's sucking up the sand, and the Ten Tails version of Gaara's adopted son is like, oh my goodness, look at this one singular black ball in the sky. If I just change the trajectory of my sand, we'll be good, you know? But what he didn't realize is there was not just one or two or three, but four of these black balls in the sky, and he's cooked. He's fucked. Okay, he's just getting destroyed out here. Sarda saying, my ability may have just awoken, or been awakened, but I know what I'm doing, pretty much. I got it under control. And you get Mitsuki saying that, which I love the fact that these characters just understand exactly what the fuck is happening. But anyway, you get Mitsuki saying, that Sarda is pretty much able to pick and choose what is affected by the gravity. So he figures out himself that these are gravity balls in the sky, and Sarda is flying. The sand is getting affected, and Ryu, whatever, is getting affected as well. So he comes to the conclusion that Sarda, with her MS, can spawn these balls and is able to pick and choose who is affected by the gravity itself. And then Sarda starts kind of spitting game, really giving her 7th Hokage impression here, and just starts talking that shit. Pretty much saying that she's just like been keeping everything inside, like her power, you know, she's been looking away from her feelings, and she's not, I don't know. Pretty much she's like, yeah, I'm not rejecting it anymore. Like, yeah, and you know how these things typically happen in shonen stories, right? Like, I just kept it suppressed all this time, and that's pretty much what we got here with Sarada's MS. Pretty much to sum it up, at the end of everything, she says, Hokage is my dream. I need to start by accepting myself. Cool moment, accepting the fact that she loves Boruto, I guess, and accepting the fact that, like, who she is and what she is going through, just kind of accepting that, and, being powerful because of it. And then you get a sick thing of her in the sky right here, floating with her gravity balls and saying the name, saying Mangekyou Sharingan. I'm not even going to try to say it, but yeah. And just absolutely murking this guy here. So, Sarda wrecks this guy. After expending all her chakra, passes out in the sky. Mitsuki, using his snake arms, grabs her out of the sky. Sarda is now unconscious. So, Ida sends a message to Kashin Koji saying that he's been defeated, that Ryu was just defeated and taken down by Sarada's MS, essentially. And Kashin Koji is like, good, it's awakened, sucks that girl had to die, but it was totally necessary, essentially, is what he said. And Boruto kind of hits Boruto like, wait, did she just, like, was that just supposed to happen? Like, did you plan for this? Did you fucking know that she was about to die? And Kashin Koji's like, yes. Okay, so what he actually says, if you would have went and helped, it wouldn't have awakened. So yeah, he did pretty much just say, yes, she needed to die. And this makes Boruto upset, slightly, you know what I mean? He's obviously a little like, what the hell? Like, that's not what's about to be happening, is it? Like, we're just about to start letting these people die now? Is that what's about to go on? And what about my sensei, Konohamaru? Is he about to die? And you're telling me I can't go and save him? Like, to which Koji pretty much says that if you go and try to save Konohamaru, Jura will find you and get you. Koji says, I've seen premonitions of this, and it happens every time. So don't fuck around. Just let these things play out. The next page shows Konohamaru in his battle with his little girlfriend's Ten Tails clone. Just bear with me. I don't know these names great, okay? And she's mad as fuck because Konohamaru in the previous chapter hit her with 2, I believe, crazy Rasengans. Straight like that. And after kind of, like baiting her and manipulating her a little bit, because Shikamaru's orders were to be fake as fuck, pretty much, and befriend these people and betray them, essentially. Which Konohamaru was struggling with that a little bit, because he sees his little girlfriend in this creature right here. So, but he did end up doing it. She survived. It was the whole thing. But, that was last chapter. This chapter, however, Konohamaru is in a bit of a pinch, and he's getting fucked up. She is blown in half and still essentially cooking Konohamaru. And what do you know? Boruto is there. Boruto has shown up. So, yeah. He said, fuck you, Jiraiya Black. I'm gonna do my own thing. So, Boruto pulls up, slices up this Ten Tails creature woman, kind of like Trunks did Frieza. I don't know. I think it was more of like a 1/slash thing, though, but I mean, it's pretty bad. Like, she's in pieces. And Kashin Koji is reasonably pissed, but like, it's one of those things where you kind of have to see both sides. Like, you really think Boruto's just gonna let Konohamaru sensei die? But also, like, fuck, you know what I mean? It's tough. But regardless, Kashin Koji is pissed off and says Boruto is gonna ruin everything. And Jura says, my boy, there you are. And that's how the chapter ends. So, overall, fire chapter. Probably my favorite chapter yet. Maybe. I don't know. It's close because the whole Sarada thing feels like a really big deal. Sharingan's sick. MS, obviously, is even cooler. So, getting that, as well as Boruto's, not betrayal, but sort of defiance of his current master, Kashin Koji. Interesting stuff. I'm very curious for what next chapter brings, and yeah, that's that. Also, subscribe for more, because I'm gonna do every single chapter of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex from chapter 21 to whatever, wherever it ends. So stay tuned for that.